labis ang pasasalamat para sa isa na namang napakabuting araw at sa pagkakataon para matuto. Ako si Teacher Royce at hayaan nyo na gabayan kayo na gawin natin ang math ay maging madali lang. Simulan na natin. Ngayong araw ay pag-usapan natin ang tungkol sa mga equations transformable into quadratic equation. Our main objective is for you to solve equations transformable to quadratic equations, including rational algebraic equations. Everyone, I want you to try the activity. You have 1 minute to answer this activity. So, pakihanda ng inyong lapis, ballpen, at papel. Babasahin ko na ang tanong. Which of the following equations can be transformed into a quadratic equation? Write your answers on your paper. Handa na? Your timer starts now. Time's up. Tingnan natin kung nakuha nyo ang tamang sagot. Now, here are the answers. All equations can be transformed into a quadratic equation. Nakuha nyo ba ang tamang sagot? Hindi bale kung hindi. Aalamin natin kung paano. Simulan na natin ang discussion regarding equations transformable into quadratic equation. As you can see on the screen, the standard form of the quadratic equation. There are equations that are transformable to quadratic equation. The procedure of transforming the equations may vary. Once transformed, they can be solved by the different methods of solving quadratic equations. Kung sa unang tingin, sa akala natin ay hindi ito pwedeng gawing quadratic equation, isipin muna natin at subukan. Balikan ulit natin ang una nating activity kanina. According to the answers, all of these equations can be transformed into quadratic equation. Therefore, we can solve for the roots of each quadratic equation. Tingnan natin. Example number 1. The given equation, x squared equals negative x plus 2. Let us transform this into a quadratic equation. To do that, we need to add the additive inverse of negative x and 2 to both sides of the equation. the additive inverse of negative x is x, and the additive inverse of 2 is negative 2. So we will write the equation as x squared plus x plus negative 2 equals negative x plus 2 plus x plus negative 2. Now we add like terms. The right side of the equation will now be equal to 0, and the left will be x squared plus x minus 2. Now it is a quadratic equation, and I can solve this by factoring. I will now write the factors of x squared plus x minus 2. I have x plus 2 and x minus 1 equal 0. By the zero product property, we will have x plus 2 equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. Solving for x, we have x equals negative 2, and the other one, x is equal to 1. So we have solved the roots of the quadratic equation. Sana nasundan? Now let us proceed to example number 2. The given equation x minus 2 all over 3 equals 7 over x plus 2. We can transform this into a quadratic equation by multiplying the product of the denominators to both sides of the equation. So we will have the equation x minus 2 all over 3 times 3 times the quantity x plus 2. That is equal to 7 over x plus 2 times 3 times the quantity x plus 2. So the result will be at the left side of the equation x minus 2 times the quantity x plus 2. At the right side, 7 times 3. Now, we will proceed. The product of x minus 2 and x plus 2 is x squared minus 4. Then 21 is the product of 7 and 3. Now, I will use extracting the square root to get the roots of this equation. To do that, I will add the additive inverse of negative 4 to both sides of the equation. So we will have x squared minus 4 plus 4 equals 21 plus 4. Adding like terms, we will have x squared is equal to 25. Now, I can extract the square root of both sides of the equation. Now, I will obtain the value of x equals positive 5 and negative 5. So we are done with example number 2. Example number 3. The given equation, the quantity x plus 1 plus x squared over x minus 2 equals x plus 2. To transform this into a quadratic equation, we need to multiply x minus 2 to both sides of the equation. So we will have the equation x plus 1 times the quantity x minus 2 plus x squared over x minus 2 times the quantity x minus 2 is equal to x plus 2 times x minus 2. Medyo mahaba yung equation. Kaya, solve natin by parts. The first part, the product of x plus 1 and x minus 2, we have x squared minus x minus 2. The second part, we copy the plus sign and get the product of x squared over x minus 2 and the quantity x minus 2. So we have x squared. Then, the last part, the right side of the equation, so equals the product of x plus 2 and x minus 2 is x squared minus 4. So we are done multiplying the denominator x minus 2 to both sides of the equation. Now, we add the additive inverse of x squared and negative 4 to both sides of the equation. The negative inverse of x squared is negative x squared. The additive inverse of negative 4 is 4. So let us add now their additive inverse to both sides of the equation. We will have the equation x squared minus x minus 2 plus x squared plus negative x squared plus 4 equals x squared minus 4 plus negative x squared plus 4. Now, my working equation is x squared minus x plus 2 equals 0. This is not factorable. Thus, I can use completing the squares or I will use the quadratic formula. So, I will choose using the quadratic formula. So, I will get the values of a, b, and c. So, I have 1, negative 1, and 2 respectively. So by quadratic formula, I will substitute the values of a, b, and c to the equation. So we we will have x is equal to negative of negative 1 plus minus the square root of negative 1 square minus 4 times 1 times 2 all over 2 times 1. So I will have now the equation x equals 1 plus minus the square root of 1 minus 8 all over 2. And the resulting equation will be x is equal to 1 plus minus the square root of 7 all over 2. Since the discriminant is a negative number, therefore the equation has no real roots. So this is my final answer. Example number 4. Last number. The equation, the quantity x plus 1 raised to 2 is equal to negative 3x minus 5. To transform this, I will add the additive inverse of negative 3x and negative 5 to both sides of the equation. So I will have the equation quantity x plus 1 raised to 2 plus 3x plus 5 equals negative 3x minus 5 plus 3x plus 5. Now we are adding like terms. We will have the quantity x plus 1 raised to 2 plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. The right side of the equation becomes 0. Now let us proceed. I will expand x plus 1 raised to 2. So the result will be x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x plus 5 equals 0. I can now add like terms. So we have 2x plus 3x and 1 plus 5. So the result will be x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Now, x squared plus 5x plus 6 is factorable. The factors are x plus 2 and x plus 3. By the zero product property, we will have x plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 3 equals 0. Now solving for the value of x, the first value is negative 2 and the second value negative 3. So we are done solving the roots of the quadratic equation. Sana nasundan nyo ang pagkasunod-sunod ng ating solusyon at naunawaan bawat step. Kailangan lang ng practice upang makuha ninyo ang mga tamang sagot. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at panonood sa ating video. Nawa ay natulungan ko kayo sa inyong lesson at nagabayan ko kayo para ito ay inyong mas maunawaan. Magkita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na video. Muli, maraming salamat at paalam!